excited about Ms. Rimmery doing this technology integration because not only does she know a lot, but she'll go to these meetings, training sessions, learn new stuff, come back and train our teachers in how to not only use it, but incorporate it into their curriculums and really use the technology as part of their curriculum. And like I said, that's what the kids, that's what gets their attention, that's what they understand. It's a different world now.
I guess
I'm way behind.
I'd like to piggyback off what Mr. Kroger just mentioned too. And I'm sure most of you already probably know this, you don't find qualified tech people that teach because they teach for a few years and then they go into the private sector or they go work for a company and they make, triple digits. You don't find them because they go, I'm not gonna mess with this, and they go and they use their skills and they just explode into it and hit the ground running. But she's able to understand all of that stuff. She's able to work with the kids well, and she wants to do that. And anything, we can do to keep making sure that we use her. I mean, I think it was a great move to put her into part of that technology thing. She is always willing to help every single staff member, even if she would have a problem with them, which she doesn't. But she's very helpful and she's very patient. I mean, there's a lot of us that are not that patient, and especially with technology. And so she's so patient, and she'll help, and she'll do all this stuff, and so there's a lot to be commended on her part of what she's able to do, and so.
Any other questions or comments? Thank you, gentlemen. Go to the new business. 2 teacher contracts. Is there a motion to approve contract for 2 teachers?
Both very impressive. We're excited to have them in our staff.
How do you pronounce Thomas' last name? Is it just?
That's all wrong.
That's what I
No, it's
figured.
K-U-C. I just didn't know how you pronounced it.
It's like kitchen cook, right?
Yes.
Kitchen cook. It doesn't look like it. I keep thinking Amelia, and then I have to
Yeah.
reprogram.
Okay, it's been moved by Sue, seconded by Marty, that we approve the contract of the 2 teachers. Is there further discussion? If not, roll call vote on the motion. Kim?
Yes.
Marty?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
I vote yes. Sue?
Yes.
Motion carried. Okay, next is a new special education policy, which you have a copy of it in your board packet. I'm sure everybody read it front and back.
Probably not memorized, right? Don't bother. These come from Department of Injuries, and it's just that, rather than, they just send us the whole new packet, and we just take out the old packet and put this one in. We've done it before. And,
This is
this is
basically
why
what
we
we're
hire
required to
special
have, right?
teachers. Yes.
We have to
We
have
have to
this.
have this approved by July 1st. So,
And
this is first reading.
Yeah, we're doing first reading on it. So you got all month to read it for the second reading.
Yeah, but, unless
And I
you're really bored.
didn't compare it to the old policy. I don't think there was a lot of changes.
There weren't a lot of changes, there's a few, but it does meet all the new requirements, so.
Okay, is there a motion to approve first reading of the special education policy? So moved. It's been moved by Marty, seconded by Tom. We approve first reading of the special education policy. Is there further discussion? If not, roll call vote on the motion. Marty? Yes. Tom? Yes. Yes. Sue?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Motion Okay, summer projects, maybe you want to present projects before we approve them? We had a buildings and grounds meeting the other day and discussed some of the projects. You want to go ahead and address it, Marty?
Sure. I guess the main two things we looked at were there's some concrete breaking up in the bus barn that needs replaced, just some smaller sections, but there's some work that needs to be done there. And then also a small extension to the shop where they wash the buses with our two older activity buses. They always had to wash the front and back or wash the one part and then move it back out into the part that wasn't even heated, and of course the same with the newer one, the same issue. But anyway, the bid to do that work was $3,000 for the concrete work and $5,000 for to do the walls and so forth. And so I guess we went down and looked that over, and it seemed like the work on the floor does need to be done, and the other isn't a real big project, and it does need to be done, we feel anyway. So that was that project. The other one is the tile floor in the elementary gym, or the multi-purpose room, I guess is the proper term for it. We had replaced some of that tile in one area several years back. There were some problems with it, and of course there is asbestos glue on that tile as well. But we've had comments from the PE teacher about students slipping and falling on that, and of course all of us have witnessed, if we've seen anything going on in that gym, the issues that there are. But I guess before you guys are going to do any more work on that tile, we felt like it would be best to get the asbestos out of there and have it over with. And actually, it was cheaper to remove it than try and do an overlayment and seal it up, and then maybe have to remove it down the road further. And to do a surface similar to our small gym here, right?
Right.
After all the asbestos removal and installing the new surface, we're looking at $46,425. And I guess, that's a chunk of change, but we're actually a little bit relieved that the removal of the asbestos was the cheaper alternative than the other. It made that decision, I guess, on that part of it simple. But the Building and Grounds Committee did recommend taking that route. I guess that was basically our recommendation. So we have had,
If you replaced it with wood, it'd be another $25,000 probably. When we did the old gym, it was half, but, so I'm sure at least that much more. This surface has held up really well in the gym, considering the use it gets. We'll be eating on it in there, but they do. You try running, and that top floor is just so slick.
we watched the PE class a little while we were there. It was interesting, but. So I guess that's, as far as the more urgent things are the ones that we've got on the top priority right now, at least as far as our meeting was concerned. I know Max has got some others. I don't know if there's any others you want to address at this time.
Well, the only other one that we did